Hi students, today we will discuss about the physical properties. Physical properties, physical properties of phenols. Here physical properties of phenols. See these physical properties of phenols. The first one is it is a colorless crystalline solid, hygroscopic solid. What is the meaning of a hygroscopic solid? So solids are considered as actually three types: hygroscopic, deliquescent, efflorescent. Here hygroscopic and deliquescent means generally both are nearly same, and efflorescent means opposite to these two. Here hygroscopic and deliquescent means generally which absorbs moisture from the atmosphere when the substance is kept in the atmosphere. If a compound or a substance is kept in the atmosphere, if it is absorbing moisture from the atmosphere, then it is called as hygroscopic. Suppose soap is taken, when you kept in the wet atmosphere, then soap becomes some wet or it becomes a moistured soap, or some moisture will be observed on the surface of the soap. Okay, so like that, when we are getting some moisture or absorbed by the compound, that is called as a hygroscopic substance, and to this opposite is efflorescent, which releases water into the atmosphere. Okay, here phenol is a colorless crystalline hygroscopic solid. Its melting point is 42 degrees Celsius and boiling point is 182 degrees Celsius. It is sparingly soluble in water, and this is more soluble in halogens, more soluble than, here it is more soluble than halogens. Halogens. Why? Because is phenol forms intermolecular hydrogen bonds, but halogens cannot form such type of bonds. So sparingly soluble or partially soluble in water due to the hydrogen bond formation. And upon exposure to light and air, it attains a pink color due to the formation of benzoquinone. Here, this compound is called as actually benzoquinone. This benzoquinone, phenol is slowly oxidizes and it is undergoing to oxidation to form benzoquinone. Because of the light and air, it undergoes to oxidation and forms a benzoquinone. It is in hydrogen bonding with phenol, and this is called as phenoquinone. Okay, benzoquinone, or it is also called as phenoquinone. And next, it is a toxic substance. Phenol is toxic substance, but it is used as an antiseptic and disinfectant. Here, disinfectant and antiseptic, there is a slight difference. We study in the chemistry and life chapter also. Antiseptics means which are used for the human or living things, and disinfectants means which are used for the non-living things. Means simple example is we are taking Dettol. In the Dettol, suppose if we are going for any clinic for a wound or for a cut, then first they clean that wound or cut by using some tincture or whatever it may be, some spirit like. So that is called as antiseptic. But for floor cleaning, we are using Lysol or whatever it may be. Those are disinfectants. So here it is 0.1%, nearly 0.1% or 0.2%, maximum 0.2% phenol is taken. 0.1% to 0.2% phenol. Here it is 1% phenol is taken. 1% phenol is taken as a disinfectant. Okay, and phenol converts blue litmus to red litmus. Very, very important. Alcohols cannot convert blue litmus to red litmus paper. Alcohols cannot convert, but phenols convert because phenols are more acidic than alcohols. So phenols are converting blue litmus into red litmus, whereas alcohols cannot. Okay. The next one is chemical properties of phenols. Here phenol chemical properties, if you are taking, phenol is this is called as phenol. Okay. Here this is O and this is H. Phenol shows chemical properties, mainly three types of properties it shows. The first one is reactions due to OH bond cleavage. OH bond cleavage. OH bond dissociation. This type of reactions. Here, this is the first type. This is OH bond dissociation reactions. Second type is reactions due to C-O bond cleavage. So, second type of reactions or reactions are this type of reactions. Here, C. That is C and O bond dissociation occurs. And the third one is electrophilic aromatic substitution reactions. Electrophilic aromatic substitution reactions of phenol. Means we can say on the benzene ring, the complete molecule participate and mainly electrophilic aromatic substitution reactions of phenol. Okay, these are the three types of reactions shown by phenol. The first type is reactions due to OH bond cleavage, and second is reactions due to CO bond cleavage. Third one is electrophilic aromatic substitution of phenol. First one we will see, that is reactions due to OH bond dissociation or OH bond cleavage. Reactions due to OH bond dissociation, and this is also simply called as acidic nature. This also indicates acidic nature of phenol. So by this reaction we can indicate acidic nature of phenols. In this first one, if you are taking, that is reaction with active metals. Reaction with active metals. Here if you are taking phenols, suppose it is a C6H5OH reacts with sodium, and this is forming C6H5ONa plus half H2. Sodium phenoxide. This is called as sodium phenoxide. This sodium phenoxide and hydrogen is formed. Okay, and next B. Here reactions with sodium hydroxide, strong base. Here C6H5OH phenol is reacting with sodium hydroxide, and this is giving C6H5ONa, and here it is giving OH and H is removed, so we will get H2O. Again sodium phenoxide, but water is formed. Okay, if you observe this reaction in the alcohols, this reaction is not given by alcohols. This reaction is not given by alcohols because alcohols are less acidic. Alcohols are weak acidic or less acidic, and phenols are more acidic than these alcohols. So this reaction is given by the phenols and not by the alcohols. And third one, reaction with sodium. Here you can write sodium carbonate also, Na2CO3 also, we will get same type of products. Na2CO3 also we can use instead of sodium hydroxide we can use. And the next one is sodium bicarbonate. Here sodium bicarbonate reaction. Here if phenol is taken, C6H5OH reacts with sodium bicarbonate, and this is forming C6H5ONa plus H2CO3. Is it correct? Is this reaction possible or not? This reaction is possible or not? No, this reaction is not possible. We are not getting these products. Here you can simply write this as no reaction. Here this is no reaction. So phenol with sodium bicarbonate doesn't give any reaction. Why? What happened? Here, see, I wrote the same reaction here. This is C6H5OH and sodium bicarbonate giving C6H5ONA H2CO3. If you are expecting these products, what happens? But actually it doesn't happens. Why it doesn't happens means I am giving. Here this is called as a phenol. Phenol is acidic, so we can write it as acid 1. And this is sodium bicarbonate is taken as a base 1. Okay, so and here this is forming sodium phenoxide, so it is a base 2, and this is considered as acid 2. This is considered as acid 2. Okay, and here phenol is converting into sodium phenoxide, means it is donating a proton, so it is conjugate acid base pair, and this is this is taking a proton, it is a conjugate acid base pair. And in these two acids, if we are taking, what is the two acids we have? Carbonic acid and phenol. Which is more acidic? Acid 1, acid 2 I wrote. Acid 1 means phenol and acid 2 means carbonic acid. As I gave already the order of acidic nature of different compounds, carbonic acid is more acidic than phenol. So whenever carbonic acid is more acidic than phenol, what happens? The reverse reaction occurs easily. The reverse reaction occurs, and similarly bases, if you are taking base 1 sodium bicarbonate and sodium phenoxide, here sodium phenoxide is becoming strong base because it is a weak acid. It is a weak acid, it becomes a strong base, so base 2 is stronger than base 1. So what happens? The reverse reaction occurs mainly. Reverse reaction only possible. Reverse reaction only possible, but not forward reaction. So you simply remember phenols are less acidic. What is the reason means? Phenols are less acidic. Phenols are less acidic than carbonic acid. Okay, phenols are less acidic than carbonic acid. Carbonic acid means H2CO3 and its salts are NaHCO3 and Na2CO3. So please remember, I previously gave Na2CO3 also. We just remove that Na2CO3 also. Here NaHCO3 or we can take Na2CO3 also. Okay, so phenol or sodium bicarbonate, if reacting, it gives sodium phenoxide and carbonic acid, for example. But the carbonic acid is more acidic than phenol, so backward reaction is only possible, but not forward reaction. Because it is more acidic means it can donate the proton. If it is more acidic, it can donate. But which is more acidic? Carbonic acid is more acidic. So the reverse reaction is only possible, but not the forward reaction. So phenol doesn't react with sodium bicarbonate and it doesn't show acidic nature with sodium bicarbonate. Even if mononitrophenols are taken, mononitrophenols are also less acidic than H2CO3. Mononitro means ortho or para or meta. Please remember, ortho or para or meta nitrophenol. Ortho or para or meta nitrophenols are also less acidic than carbonic acid. So only mononitrophenol and carbonic acid is taken. In this, carbonic acid is more acidic, so this is acidic nature. So whenever the more acidic content is H2CO3, so mononitrophenols also doesn't react with carbonic acid. But dinitrophenol, here dinitrophenol and trinitrophenol 2, 4, 6 trinitrophenol are more acidic. Please remember, are more acidic than H2CO3. So what happens? Please remember, very, very important. Trinitrophenol and dinitrophenols. This is dinitrophenol and this is trinitrophenol. Dinitrophenol, trinitrophenols are more acidic than H2CO3. So what they can do? These can donate the proton and so the reaction occurs. Means, for example, if you are taking reaction between so, for example, I am writing mononitrophenol. Mononitrophenol means OH group, and here we are having NO2 group. Means NO2 I wrote here means at ortho position or at para position or at meta position. Ortho or para or meta position. This is NaHCO3, no reaction. Okay, but if you are taking dinitrophenol, dinitrophenol means 2, 4. This is NO2 group and this is NO2 group. Dinitrophenol can react with sodium bicarbonate and so this is donating the proton. So it is forming ONA and NO2 and NO2. Plus here it is forming H2CO3. Okay, this is possible. This reaction is possible, but this reaction is not possible. And the third one, trinitrophenol. If you are taking trinitrophenol, it is much more acidic. It is a highly acidic. So this is having high acidic nature. So it can react with sodium bicarbonate very easily, and then it forms sodium phenoxide ONA and NO2 and NO2 and NO2. So trinitrophenol, dinitrophenols can react with sodium bicarbonate. So sometimes they gives which of the following is more acidic or which of the following can react with sodium bicarbonate or is soluble in sodium bicarbonate. If they are giving, please remember phenol, first one phenol, second one mononitrophenols are not soluble, are not reacting with sodium bicarbonate. Second thing, dinitrophenols, trinitrophenols are more acidic than carbonic acid and so they are soluble in sodium bicarbonate or they can react with sodium bicarbonate and forms the corresponding salts. Okay, this is an important bit. Previously they asked a question. Next reaction is reaction with neutral ferric chloride. Neutral ferric chloride. So please remember it is also a test for enols and it is a phenol is also an enol. Okay, so neutral ferric chloride. Here what happens? Phenol is reacting with FeCl3 and this is forming FeOC6H5 taken thrice plus 3HCl. Simply we can say 3HCl. This is called as ferric phenoxide. This is known as ferric phenoxide. This ferric phenoxide is in violet color. So a violet colored ferric phenoxide formation indicates the conformation of enol content or enol form. So this phenol is an enol form. How it is enol for? You may ask here I am writing OH group here, whatever it may be, it is a OH group, double bond. So double bond in and adjacent group OH. So this part is called as enol content. Okay, so this is enol form. Enol content. Enol form containing compounds only undergoes to reaction with ferric chloride to form ferric phenoxide or violet colored ferric phenoxide. Suppose I am taking CH3, CH2OH, which is an alcohol. If it is reacting with FeCl3, what happens? No color. Here, no color is observed. Very, very important. It is a distinguished test for alcohols and phenols. Alkyl alcohols and phenols can be distinguished by neutral ferric chloride, are mainly enol forms. Enol forms. Enol form means this is a double bond and OH group adjacently. This enol form. Enol means we said now like double bond CH2 and this is CH and this is OH. This is enol form. Enol form containing compounds undergoes to this test. Okay, this en and OH group. Enol form containing compounds will undergoes to this ferric chloride test to give violet colored precipitate of ferric phenoxide. Okay. And next another reaction is reaction with alkyl halide. Alkyl halide. Here first we are taking phenol C6H5OH on treatment with sodium hydroxide like an alkali or base, it forms C6H5ONa. Then what happens? C6H5ONa means sodium phenoxide. This sodium phenoxide reacts with an alkyl halide RX. Here this is alkyl halide. So alkyl halide. This alkyl halide is reacting with sodium phenoxide. Then what happens? Here this sodium and this halogen is removed. And what is the remaining product? Here the product formed is C6H5OR. Means it is called as alkoxybenzene. Commonly called as alkoxybenzene. Alkoxybenzene is formed. Okay, suppose if this is a methyl group, we can say methoxybenzene or anisole. So generally what are the products means? Here ethers are formed. Ethers are formed in the presence of a base. So phenol first reacts with a base and it is giving sodium phenoxide, and the sodium phenoxide reacts with an alkyl halide to give alkoxybenzene, or simply we can call them as ethers. These are called as ethers. That is reaction with alkyl halide, formation of ethers. Next, esterification or formation of esters. Here first what happens means again same C6H5OH phenol reacts with sodium hydroxide and this is forming C6H5ONa sodium phenoxide. Now acid chloride, here C6H5Cl, is reacting with this sodium phenoxide C6H5ONa. This is sodium phenoxide. Okay, it is reacting with sodium phenoxide and this is removing this Cl and Na. Then what is formed? CH3CO C6H5. This is called as a phenyl acetate. So a phenyl acetate ester is formed. This is an ester form. So that is esterification process. So in the presence of a base or in the presence of a pyridine, the esterification process occurs. Here suppose if you are having CH3CO, for example, we can take directly phenol C6H5OH. In the presence of a base also the reaction occurs, and here what happens is CH3, here H and here this is removed. So here this bond dissociation, OH bond dissociation reaction, and what is the remaining? CH3CO and O C6H5. Again same compound CH3 CO O C6H5 plus the remaining compound is CH3COOH. CH3COOH. Or if there is sodium, we will get sodium acetate. This is with acid chloride or with ester. Suppose we are having C6H5COCl and here we are taking C6H5ONA, means it is called as benzoyl chloride. This is known as benzoyl chloride. The benzoyl chloride reacting with sodium phenoxide in the presence of a base. What happens? Here Cl and here Na is removed. Then the product formed is C6H5CO This is called as phenyl benzoate. Common name is phenyl benzoate. So phenyl benzoate ester is formed. Okay. This is also known as Schotten-Baumann reaction. Schotten-Baumann reaction. So the Schotten-Baumann reaction, benzyl chloride reaction with sodium phenoxide is giving phenyl benzoate, that is known as Schotten-Baumann reaction. Please see, this is a very important reaction in the esterification. This salicylic acid they gives, and by giving different compounds, what are the products? First of all, what we said esterification means, please remember that is the most important thing for the esterification. PHOH means phenol we are having. Whatever it may be the other compound, that is carboxylic acid group containing, suppose it may be X or it may be Z, whatever it may be, suppose sometimes hydrogen also. Here there is a Z for example. This Z and this H is removed and the group is added to this. That is the main consequence of an esterification process. Please remember that first thing. Okay, and in this process what is taken? Here we are taking the alkyl group or the phenyl group, whatever it may be. Here same type we are taking. Here this is a salicylic acid. It has carboxylic acid and alcoholic group. In this, what is the other compound taken? It is a carboxylic acid derivative, acid chloride. So whenever we are taking acid chloride, what happens? Acid chlorides reacts with alcohol. Here what is the alcoholic group? OH group. So here the Cl, this Cl and this H is eliminated as minus HCl. So minus HCl, and then the remaining group is added at this position. So what is formed here? COOH, and here it is O, C double bond O and CH3. This is called as orthoacetyl salicylic acid. Orthoacetyl salicylic acid, or it is simply called as aspirin. It is a best antipyretic and analgesic. Okay, and this is a heart patient's best medicine to reduce the heart blockage or blood vessels blockage. We can use this aspirin medicine. Okay, and this is the reaction occurring. Acetyl salicylic acid is formed. Again same, this is acetic anhydride. The acetic anhydride reacts with the alcoholic group only. So here H, and here the remaining group we can remove. So here we can remove this, here this will be removed. So this carbon CH3COO group is removed. Then what is formed? Again we are getting same compound, COOH and OCOCH3 plus here what is the other product? CH3COO and H is removed. So what is the remaining compound? CH3COH. But here what is taken? Phenol. Here phenol means it is alkalic group. Alkalic group can react with carboxylic acid. So please remember, whenever we are taking a carboxylic acid as a reagent, that reacts with alkalic group. But if alkalic group containing compounds are taken, they reacts with carboxylic acid group of the salicylic acid. That is the most important thing you need to remember to write the products. Okay. So now here from this phenol, what we need to remove? We need to remove H. And here what we need to remove? Sorry, we need to remove this OH group now. So I will write with a blue color. So here I am removing H. Now you need to remove the OH group here. We are not removing H here. Okay, this OH will not react because already OH group here. So it reacts with carboxylic acid to get the ester. So what is the product? Here the product is OH, no change. And here we have CO. CO group means we can write how? C double bond O we can write. And the remaining group is O. Here O is present. And then C6H5. We can write PH or C6H5. This is also called as, this compound, this is also called as phenyl salicylate. Phenyl salicylate. Phenyl salicylate, or this is simply called as salol. It is also an antiseptic. So phenyl salicylate or salol. Similarly, it is CH3OH, methyl alcohol. From this also what we can remove? H is removed. Alcohols gives OH bond dissociation, and here again OH group is removed. When H and OH group is removed, what are formed? Minus H2O here, and here also minus H2O. And then what is the product? Here it is C double bond O, OCH3, and here this is OH group, no change. And this is called as methyl group. This is a methyl group. Here it is phenyl, so phenyl. Methyl group is present, so methyl salicylate. It is called as methyl salicylate, or this is also known as oil of wintergreen. Oil of wintergreen. Methyl salicylate or oil of wintergreen. Okay, so they are important products. Please remember, this is same. So here we are getting aspirin, salol, and oil of wintergreen.